It's drivable. Most everything's on it. Everything's buttoned up. I took it for a little drive last night and was really excited. You can see I've got some little splashy splash on the road. I sat on a block of wood with a blanket on it. My cab lights are working. Dash looks good. This is not the steering wheel. This steering wheel goes, but I have got like a 50 style steering wheel, which is almost older than the dash and everything that way. I've got a little Ramcharger logo and everything on there. I still need to put the door panels on, but I wasn't sure about the door panels till after the seats. But that's exciting news that way. I got the vent visors and things in. So awesome. It drove great. It handled great. So here is the video of the quick little drive that I just went with it. Main drive. Still have no seat. But I figured I had to take it for a little drive. It running really nice and there's no snow on the road. I have to program my speedometer. I'm doing like 20 miles an hour and it says I'm doing 70. But that's all a digital setting, so I can set that. It's got nice pull, it's running good, sound good, the heater's working good. Very exciting. This is its first maiden drive. Still got some wires to pick up, but that's all cleanup kind of stuff. Isn't that awesome? That is so awesome. It is a beautiful day again today, but I have even more exciting news for being able to drive it yesterday when I got home from work. Is my seats that I had custom made have finally got here. They've been in Washington. As you know, I'm in Montana. And we've been trying to figure out how to get them here. I was going to drive there, drive back, and trying to arrange pickups, and then family that lives there, try to visit with them or come back and forth, and we just have not been able to make this work. So I had a supplier that actually I buy a lot of material from that makes deliveries all the time. They said they'd put it on one of their delivery trucks for me and they would deliver it, which was really cool. And it actually showed up this morning. They were packaged beautifully. I'm a little put off that the receiving person at the supply house didn't know what they were when they came in. So they unwrapped them and tore everything apart on them. So I haven't seen them yet. They wrapped them back up in the blankets that they were wrapped in. They were wrapped and taped and taped and wrapped and wrapped and taped. My brother sent them to me, did a beautiful job getting them all wrapped up. But I'm a little put off that they unwrapped them at the place, but they also shipped them for free for me. So as long as I open them and they look awesome, so let's look how they look. So I want to use both hands so I can tear all this off, and I will put them out over here, put a blanket or something down so we can see how they look, and maybe we'll throw one in the car and see how. I'm really excited. So let me get them going. Hold on. All right. So super excited. Here they are. Got them unwrapped. Just want to kind of do a, opens the door. Yes, I still have cleaning stuff to do. So here is the fabric that I picked out, and it's kind of a greenier leather and a red to white. That's actually why color of the gold, the red pinstripe, the brown, the tan, the beige on the interior. The entire paint job is basically based upon these seats. So without further ado, here is these seats. Those look awesome. So got a little button here to push and fold to get into the front seat and the back seat. And so this is the front seat. So both seats kind of fold. And that is, you know, what that is that way. Nice, beautiful stitching. The guy did a wonderful job. I'm very concerned that my, let's just say I have a dirty ass. I never cleaned. So I'm worried that I will stain those up. So I'm gonna have to make sure I always drop something down. I don't want to get that white dirty, but this is really for driving and for driving purposes. Hi, girl. We did get some work done on that too. Some electrical and some thingies, but we're all over here right now. So, So we're talking about this. So that is where that is. Also, as far as all exciting things happening, this showed up today too. So it's just funny how shipping is shipping. Open this. Oh, very not hard. That's the camera. Was that fun? Did you enjoy the bounce around while I did this? See how these look? I don't hate it. Chrome, brown, seat covers or seat covers? Seat belts. So there are seat belts. Kind of a vintagey style, brand new seat belt. So I'm excited about that. Now remember when I did the paint and I threw these red pinstripes on the door panel, I wasn't sure if I would like it, if the red would look too pink, and if I need maroon stripes. Now you see kind of what I was saying when we did that. So when these go in here, that's why I haven't put these on yet, because I really wanted to see with the seats in it if I'm keeping those red stripes. This gold is the same gold as the outside. The cream interior is slightly different. But that way I was more of a pull it all together cream and tan. So that is that. And now, actually what's really exciting, so the back seat double folds. So the back seat folds down just like the Ramcharger, and then it double hinges and folds up against the front seat. So you have the whole back for storage, just like a normal Ramcharger. That's what those two holes are right there. The seats actually clip into those, and there's hooks on the back of the seats. But there's one more thing about them that makes this upholstery the coolest upholstery ever. If you look right there, and it actually came in with everything else. Ta-da! Oh, it's the first time I've done this. How's this going? Goes like that. There's a little leather pouch right there. This clips in like that. Clippity clap, just like that. If that's not the coolest shit ever, I don't, if you don't like that, in the video, go away, don't watch anything else. That is absolutely awesome. So if this is up, if you take this lever, release the seat, flip the seat up, that is the back of the seat. As you open the hatch, that is what you see. This is the front. So when you fold it down, technically folded down, that puts that right behind the driver's hands right there. Oh, let's see what it takes to put these in. Like always, I'm by myself. Don't want to scratch you, girl. Definitely don't want to tear those. Those cost more than you did, but it's okay. It's going to come together as a package. Let's see. Do this. Oh, haha. I have to put them in. I got to try. I'll lay some blankets and see if I can do this by myself. Obviously not holding the phone. So let me turn this phone off and try this. Actually, it was not bad at all. I put a pile of blankets. I laid a blanket here, brought it over, was able to tip it this way, push it up in, and then when I unwrapped it, unfortunately, one of the seat legs in transport, because that did not happen from me just now, because I picked him up and carried him in, has been bent. I think that little guy's cracked there, so I'm going to pull that around. Probably need to grind and clean this. Put some wet blankets around this. Tack weld it right there and get a couple welds on that. Make sure the track still moves. And then belt it in. And probably have to put a little touch-up paint on. Let's see what I get when I straighten it out. I got it straightened out. It did crack it pretty good. And there's a little bit of space there, so some adjusting. I'm going to wrap this with some blankets and some tape right now and clean this up, throw a wet blanket around it. Then I'm going to drag the welder over here, and I'm just going to weld it in the car because I really just don't want to take it in and out. I'm just going to leave it in here, and I'm going to throw a tack across that crack, across this header, and I'll probably come up underneath here and put a little weld right in there because my fat butt sits up in here and bounces around and wiggles around all day long, so I definitely need that to be solid because it's solid as it's pulled in there, but it definitely needs to be adjusted. You can see the goofy little angle iron welded base that was put on this, and I kind of changed the angle and lifted it for mounting points for the way I put this seat in this cab or this truck. But yeah, so let me get the welder, get that cleaned up, then I can put her in and bolt them in. Okay, I've wrapped leathers behind it, got blankets and everything over the top. I got a bottle of water. I know my brother who wrapped this all up and was so precise about making sure they weren't damaged and was very concerned. Got a little bit of smoke coming out over there. Trust me, out of all things, I am not that upset about it. It's not the prettiest, but I am not going to... It's under the seat. It's structural. It's way more solid now. I'm going to brush some simple paint there while this is still kind of sort of masked. And it's under the seat. I'm okay. It's not, you know, it's fine on the backside. Everything's okay. So I will throw a little paint on it, get her demasked, and bolt her in. Yay. All right, Mr. Miller, we can turn off. Turn the gas off. In and tight. There they are. There's that. Dun, 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 dun. Push the button. Come on. Use my other hand. Fold the seat back. Back seat. Oh, I need back seat. Sandpaper. Oh, I see. Got to do a little adjusting on some seats for that. That catches me right there. Still have a little bit of adjustment to do, because that's what the seat all the way back would. My big lengthy butt driving. That's why I made this, to get all the way. I actually boxed this back to be able to pull me back so I sit further in it. So that's where I want to sit. Let's throw the back seat in it. Well, the sun's about to set, so you've got big tall shadows, but I had to pull it out in the sun so we can see how awesome that is. Yeah, that's not so cool. So finish the dash, finish some wiring. Oh, by the way, do you hear it running? It's running. Sounds fine. Sounds wonderful. You want a radio? There's all your radio controls under the ashtray. Glove box is still needs glove box. But now I can put the door panel in and kind of see what I think about the color versus the striping. I did not want it loud, so that's it. You know, she's running. That's what it sounds like. Haha! That is so cool. So cool. Gotta put the back bumper up on it. Seat belts. You know, it's not the exact same color, but honestly, I think it's going to work really well. Get rid of that ugly wheel, put my cool wheel on it. Ha ha! I put license plates on it, put the mirrors on it. It's road worthy. Everything works. It's so close to done. It needs a good washing, a little detailing. So that's the upholstery. Piece of that. Isn't that cool? Oh, look, windshield, no cracks. So effing awesome. We started with that. That's its donor motor, its donor frame, chopped and taken down. We started with one of those, only in a 66. We took a 66 pickup, basically like the white one behind it. Put it on that frame, put that engine on it, put a Ramcharger block on it, and we now have a swept charger. Woohoo! I had to drive it. Yeah, this is comfy. This is really, you know, when you build something for yourself and you put the seats in, you put it for yourself. My head is really close to the top of the headliner. I'm sitting nice and tall in it. I've got plenty of leg room. I can stretch out. The tilt wheel will just fine. Oh, so cool. I don't think the radio works because it's hooked to my phone, and I don't think the phone works unless you're not recording. So as soon as I start recording, the radio goes away. But trust me, the radio sounds amazing. I keep trying to burn off the fuel. It probably has, oh god, 3-4 years old of fuel in it that was inside that donor truck because the guy that had it rolled it, and that was a few years ago. So I hope everyone likes it. I love it. Probably the next time I have pictures and stuff, it should be like driving, done, interior cleaned up. So let's give it some goose. I won't complain. The fuel's old and horrible. Probably get some fresh fuel in it, and it'll get down the road even better. Nicey nice. Swept Charger, signing off. So full disclosure, as I was driving, it didn't seem as peppy as I thought it should. And this is actually from pushing the front tires. The front tires are locked up. And I had to like force it back to the shop. So I got to play with the brakes. So it's not perfect, but honestly makes me feel better because I didn't think it was that peppy. So it'll be even better when I have, you know, wheels aren't dragging. The other day when I drove it, I just thought it felt funny too after I drove it for a little bit and after I stepped on the brakes once or twice. So I got on them a few times on that little drive, and I had to get it in. So interior's done. Interior looks awesome. Windows need to be cleaned. I think after dinner I might come out and put the mirrors on it so I can now sit in the seat and figure out where I want my head to be for the mirrors to be. So that is still really cool. Really excited it's that far. I'm hoping the brakes is something dumb. But I'm also dumb, so I probably did something wrong. But all right, that's that. There's beautiful. Awesome seats. go have some dinner.